Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest live stream. Hope you all are doing well off the back of the victory that we had against Southampton. Nice 3 points picked up. Let's see what we can do for the rest of the season. Upcoming fixtures are quite favorable. We've got Copenhagen next week, I believe, on Thursday night on Conference League. So we've got a bit of time off until that match. And then during the weekend, we've got Leicester. And then after Leicester, yeah, that's when the real fun begins. And this is what I want to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, look, being positive for the sake of being positive is a disease. It's not good for your health because you're not being objective, then you're not being real, and you're not in tune with what is happening in reality, right? So don't be one of those people that are just positive for the sake of being positive, and you're really masking all the issues that is there in the surface. Now, in regards to this ownership, one thing we can definitely say is that so far since they've taken over, it's been all nonsense. It really has. It really has been all nonsense. Since the new owners have taken over, this is 3 seasons running, it's been utter and pure nonsense. There's no two ways about that. Multiple things they got wrong. Multiple things they've got wrong. Multiple leaders and people experienced at the highest level they've gotten rid of. They didn't really need to tweak too much. They didn't need to revolutionize the footballing spectrum. There was a lot of winners already at Chelsea Football Club. They just need to slowly build on that, but they didn't. They went gung ho because that is part of their model. And since the beginning, it's been one nonsense after another nonsense after another nonsense, and it's been non-stop nonsense. So when people tell me, Miz, we're in top four, off the back of that victory against Southampton, we're in top four. Let me make one thing clear. 3 years of this ownership, we should have been in top four a long time ago. Okay? Yes, we're in top four, but the season's not finished as yet. I want to see how the team does against better oppositions because we've faltered. Our record at the moment is 3 wins out of the last 10 Premier League matches. And this is why I've titled this live stream, I will not flip-flop. I'm sorry. I will not flip-flop. Just because we saw a victory against Southampton, and kudos to the team, kudos to the manager, kudos to the team, kudos to Chelsea Football Club for picking up the 3 points. But any man and dog out there can beat Southampton. Southampton are getting punished literally by every other team. They are so poor. They are so ridiculously poor. There's levels to poor. They are absolute smack bang the bottom of the barrel. And as I said, congratulate the team for picking up the 3 points because ultimately you can only do what's in front of you. But I'm not going to get gassed. I'm not going to get gassed because we've beaten a Conference League level team. We've got Leicester in the Premier League next up. I fully expect us to beat them as well because they are just as poor. They're a little bit better. They're a little bit better than Southampton, but almost just as poor. I expect us to win both of these games. It's the fixtures after Arsenal. I believe there's, Liverpool not that far away. Then there's Newcastle. Then there's Fulham. This, that, the other. In fact, our run-in till the end of the season is quite dangerous. I want to see how we perform in those matches. I want to see exactly how we finish off the season. If we finish off the season in top 4, fantastic. Kudos. Kudos to the team. Kudos to the squad. Kudos to Enzo Maresca. But the game plan for next season, ladies and gentlemen, is to compete for the title. Because ultimately, what are we here for? What are we actually here for? Are we here to just make up the numbers and be top 4 on a regular basis? Are we here to, go as far as possible in the domestic cups and then eventually get knocked out? Are we here to just simply compete and that's it? No, the aim of the game is we need to win trophies. Next season will be the 4th season under the ownership, under the new ownership. It's high time we start winning trophies. So this is why I'm not going to flip-flop. I am not going to flip-flop. Because this standard that we have right now is not the norm. It's simply not the norm. We are known for better. We have done better. Under our previous ownership, we were winning trophies. Yeah, sure, we probably weren't competing in the Premier League for a little while, but we were still picking up trophies. Let me just make something very clear what has happened this season so far. We've been eliminated from both the domestic cups early. We now have a record of 3 out of 10 wins in the last 10 Premier League matches. And we've had a shambolic January transfer window. For us fans, we never asked for any of this, by the way. We didn't ask for the owners to take this approach. No. We didn't ask for a whole heap of youth philosophy. We didn't ask every transfer window to buy gazillion players and sell a gazillion players. We didn't ask for all of this. We didn't ask for an inexperienced manager. We didn't ask for an inexperienced squad. We as a fan base wanted balance. We wanted balance, and we wanted our team to be able to compete at the top and win trophies. And win trophies. So, I am not going to flip-flop. I'm not going to flip-flop. So far, the tests that we've had against bigger teams, we've failed. We've failed. Until and unless I see our team perform at that level again, I'm sorry. The pressure needs to be on. The pressure, ladies and gentlemen, needs to be on the owners. The protest, brilliant. I love it. Keep it coming. Obviously, one protest is not going to change the world. But the more we keep doing this, the more we keep protesting on a regular basis, these owners will be forced to do one of two things. Either there's too much brand reputational damage and they leave eventually. I don't know when that eventual moment is. It could be 6 months, it could be 12 months, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years. Or two, they change their approach. They change their approach. If we don't do these protests, we are going to be where we are and we're going to be very happy. I see a lot of people so happy. So happy. We are 4th. We're currently 4th. What are you complaining about? I see so many fans so happy. Like as if that's the level, man. Like as if we've forgotten everything that has happened this season so far. Big matches coming up. Let's see how the team does in those matches. Because that's where you're going to get judged. I see some of our players, Levi Colwell and Pedro Neto, scoring goals against Southampton and giving this celebration. Yeah, it's all fine and dandy scoring against Southampton. Yeah, that's fantastic. Great, we got the 3 points. Of course. We've got Arsenal coming up in few weeks. Yeah, I want to see this celebration against Arsenal. Levi Colwell doing this celebration. The same Levi Colwell that's been dropping stinkers after stinkers this season. The audacity of some of these players, like as if, they're so out of tune. They are so out of tune. They've been dropping stinkers after stinkers after stinkers, yet they have the audacity to show this celebration to the fans. Okay, no problems. I see you. I see you. Yeah, we've got some big fixtures coming up. Show me that celebration in those big fixtures. Show me that celebration when we win against Arsenal. Show me that celebration when we beat Liverpool, when we beat Newcastle. No problems. I got no issues if you want to show me that celebration. We've done nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make one thing very, very clear. We have done nothing under this ownership. We've done nothing, nothing substantial. There's literally nothing to gloat about. There's literally nothing to show excitement about. I don't know how some fans out there, just for the sake of being positive, are being positive. You cannot live your life with blinkers on, not knowing what's around you. You cannot. Name me one achievement. Name me one achievement under this new ownership that has taken us 3 years ago. Name me one achievement. There is none. There is none. There is none. And even this season, we've not achieved anything yet. We've not achieved a single thing. In fact, we've actually been pathetic. In fact, we've actually been pathetic. And our transfers have been pathetic. So I will not flip-flop. Until and unless this football club actually shows me some real credibility, some real dignity, I will not flip-flop. I'm sick and tired of that victory, just that odd victory, or we're still in top 4, like as if that fills me up with so much joy. It's only good if we make it to top 4 and then do something in the Champions League by doing something in the transfer window in the summer. No point in just getting into Champions League and then getting our ass handed in the Champions League. I need to see proper calculative squad building. I need to see proper ambition. I need to see proper organization. I'm sick of this club just showing me mediocrity over and over again and trying to brainwash us to accept and appreciate this mediocrity. Some have, some are. Some fans are actually accepting this. Some fans are saying, Miz, why are you complaining so much? These owners can do whatever they want to do. They bought the club for 3-4 billion pounds. They'll do whatever they want to do. You didn't buy it. I'm sorry. Just because they're owners, they're only the custodians of this football club. This football club is run by the fans. There is no club if there's no fans. This football club has been great enough to build a fantastic community in the last ownership under Roman. This club was able to build a fantastic community under the last ownership, where we won so many trophies. We shouldn't have to settle for oh, these owners can do whatever they want to do with the football club. I'm sorry, no. No. The club already had a winning formula, a winning DNA, and you stripped all of that off the club. You stripped all of that off. So now, if you want me to get on board down the track, you need to show me. You need to show me proper consistency. And no good in saying to me, but Miz, how can this team show you consistency? It's full of kids. I never wanted kids. I never wanted all of these kids. I know a lot of you guys never wanted a lot of these kids. We never asked for sporting directors that are also developing. We never asked for a manager that is also developing. We never asked for all of this. You did it on your own accord. So for me to change, you need to prove me. You need to prove me wrong. You need to prove me wrong. So, yeah. You guys are not going to see me flip-flop. You guys are not going to see me flip-flop. Big up to each and every one of you guys that has joined in. Smash up the like button as soon as you come through, ladies and gentlemen. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Let's take some of your comments now. Kings. Neto just 1 goal in 10 matches. He's telling people to shut up. Same with Jackson, but you will never see Palmer do that. Exactly. The audacity of some of these players. The sheer audacity of some of these players. Pedro Neto is a player that I like a lot. I actually like him a lot. But him doing this celebration, brother, are you out of your mind? Are you actually out of your mind? You're doing this celebration when you've not even hit any sort of levels or any sort of achievement or any sort of targets. Pedro Neto, how many goals has Pedro Neto got in the Premier League? I'm pretty sure it's less than 10. This guy hasn't even hit 10 Premier League goals and he's already doing this celebration. Imagine he actually hits 10 plus someday. Levi Colwell has been 3. There you go. Clicks. He's apparently hit 3 Premier League goals and he's already doing this celebration. Levi Colwell dropping stinkers after stinkers. He does 1 goal. He scores 1 goal against Southampton. And he has a decent enough game against Southampton and he's doing this. My days. What's going to happen to these players when, if down the track, they actually show some level of consistency? What's going to happen then? My God, we won't be able to live. We won't be able to live. When you get abused from the fans, it's fair game, Miz. I don't think so. Look, abuse is not right. Now, if by abuse you mean criticism, he's been criticized rightly. Levi Colwell has not been wrongly criticized. And even if it's abuse, you don't need to go and do this only to bring more abuse to yourself. Actually do this when you've put on a substantial amount of excellent games. No, actual abuse. As I said, actual abuse is not on. And those ones, players need to know how to block. Players need to know how to mute and how to block. But if they are saying general criticism and they're giving that, yeah, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Alhambra, big up to you, my man. Imagine a new signing doing that to your brother. Complete 1 season first before you get that comfortable with us. Exactly right. Ashraf, big up to you. Colwell family is from Southampton. That's why he was shushing them according to... What? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. And even then, why is he shushing Southampton crowd? It's Southampton. Why is he shushing them? Icky, I agree, not flip-flopping, Miz, but it's hard not to be happy and positive after... No. No one's saying to you that don't be happy. Yeah, we're all happy we got the 3 points against Southampton, but Icky, don't allow just one victory to derail your mindset from what has happened. This is one victory in isolation, but it's the third victory in 10 matches, and it's on top of all the nonsense that this football club is up to. Don't let one isolated situation brainwash you. I've got no issues if we were 7 wins out of 10. I've got no issues. I've got no issues if the form was flipped the other way around. 7 wins out of the last 10 Premier League games. Now, some of you guys may say, oh, that's unrealistic to think of 7 wins in the last 10 Premier League games with these lot. No, I'm sorry. That's the standard that we need to get back to. That's the levels. We can't be babysitting even after 3 years under this ownership. We can't just be babysitting all the time. When will this babysitting end? What's the target next season? What do we want next season? Again, top 4. Again, top 4. Please. And then big up to you, Is it okay when fans protest before the match and 1 hour later the stadium is full? Ultimately, the owners won. Look, I can't say to the fans, don't go to the matches. I need people to go to the matches so they can protest, so they can voice their opinions. Simply keeping it empty, look, that's not going to happen. People are going to go, they're going to watch the match. It's something for them to do. But at the same time, I rather these people go to the matches and have their voices heard. Just by going to the matches ain't going to fill up the owners' pockets. They need other streams of revenue. And it's not like our stadium capacity is really doing much of the damage. If anything, all the costs that are involved, I'm not even sure whether they actually make that much money through ticket sales after all the cost has been expensed for. Our stadium's small. It's not one of the biggest stadiums out there. And as I said, I'd rather have the fans go and make themselves heard. Or else, if it's empty stadium, yeah, sure, that is a big message, but I'd rather fans go out there and actually show the distressed nature of this football club. Mr. Lucky, big up to you. I want the owners out because I don't like what they're doing. But can we ask ourselves one, Ms. Is Nottingham Forest, Brighton, and other like Newcastle and Aston Villa players better than ours, or is it their coach? Look, I think their squads are better. I'm not gonna lie. I think Nottingham Forest, Brighton, Newcastle, their squads are better. You could even say, yeah, of course, their manager's a lot more experienced than our one. Unai Emery, Eddie Howe, except for Hutzela, Nuno, they're all far more experienced, which counts, which definitely counts. So yeah, I do think that they've probably got a better squad and they've got a far more experienced manager, and all of these things count. Julian, big up to you. Players and fans need to stay humble. Shameless, disgusting performances against every team, literally, and so hyped up after beating Southampton. Show this level against quality teams and hype then. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. People want to say, oh, off the back of that Southampton win, oh, look, where are those protesters now? Where are those protesters? You look so silly. People want to say, oh, we're fourth off the back of that win against Southampton. Show me this. Show me this hype. Show me this fire when we're up against a team that is probably a little bit too superior for us. Show me that fire then. Khan, big up to you. Don't fix things that ain't broken. This is the grand problem with these owners' business model. Exactly. They came in, they stripped everything off, man. They stripped everything off. There was no need for that. There was absolutely no need for it. I mean, would it have been bad if they came in and pretty much kept everyone and they just observed? Would that have been that bad? I know that's their model because if you go to Clearlake's website under strategy, this is what they do. They buy a new company and they absolutely strip that company off from all management and they bring in their management. I know this is what they do, but I'm just saying for football is not buying another company. It's a football club. Would have been that bad if they just came in, observed for a little bit. Just observe. You don't need to make any decisions. Simply observe for a little bit. Would that have been that bad? And then as you observe, make little changes here and there, little changes. They came in and they just obliterated the whole place, got rid of everyone, brought in a whole heap of young kids on long-term contracts. It's mad. It's actually mad. There you go. We have Surentren saying we will get top 4 and the fans who protested will look stupid. Lol. No. In fact, Surentren, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. You're only looking at this situation. You don't give a damn about what happened under Graham Potter. You don't give a damn about what happened under Poch. You only seem to care, oh, we make top 4 and all the protesters are going to look stupid. You don't seem to care about what's going to happen next summer. You don't seem to care about how the squad needs to look when competing in the Champions League, when competing for Premier League titles. You're just happy. You're just happy where things are at. Matter of fact, you're the one who's stupid, my man. You're the one who's stupid. We should have been in Champions League last season. We should have finished in Champions League positions last season. Why is it taking so long? And who's to say that we are going to get Champions League position this season? Who's to say that? You really think the fixtures after Leicester, you really think the fixtures after Leicester, put your hand on your heart. You tell me. You really think this team has shown you that level of character to topple Arsenal, to topple Liverpool? You really think that? You're mad. You're mad. Ashraf, big up, my man. I can guarantee Clearlake will still buy kids even if we make Champions League. So it's obvious when we want them out. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Clicks. United fans remain positive. 14 years without a Premier League title. Arsenal the same. 21 years we keep on backing this nonsense. Will be like those clubs. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Misty, I don't like when people try to undermine the protest by giving silly excuses and acting like they're the smarter and cool heads in the room. Absolutely. I don't know where they get this audacity from. I don't know where they get this audacity from. Ammo, we've been gaslit for 3 years. Sadly, they aren't going anywhere. Look at Arsenal owners. They've been having a go at them for years. Nothing ever changes. But we have to keep trying. We have to keep forcing. We have to see whether enough brand reputational damage on these owners will eventually push them. Because ultimately, they're only here to please their shareholders. They're not here to please the fans. They couldn't care less. They're only here to ensure that Chelsea brings the ultimate level of profit so they can distribute the dividends to their shareholders. That is their objective. The objective isn't to bring trophies for the shareholders. The shareholders don't even care about these trophies. Indigo, where we finish the season is one thing. What about these owners gutting all Chelsea assets, Cobham, women's team, hotels, car parks, and the senseless strategy of buying and flipping kids? This is the thing. So well said by Indigo. But some of these fans, they don't want to think this way. I don't understand why. And they live amongst us in the live chat. Some of these fans live amongst us in the live chat. One of them is Fuffs. Look at Fuffs fuffing around. Look at Fuffs running his mouth. He don't want to hear any of this. He don't. Fuffs only wants to hear that we're fourth right now. He don't care about what has happened previously. He doesn't care what level of squad building we're doing. Only thing he cares is we're fourth right now. He's not worried about winning trophies or anything like that. That's not about... Fuffs is a shareholder. Fuffs is one of those shareholders. He couldn't care less. He couldn't care less. Some fans are speaking so passionately against the protest, which makes you think if they are even actual really fans. Yeah. Actual real fans. I doubt it. I really do doubt it. Duke, big up to you. These positive people will be real if the club is 15th, and by then they will be blaming the coach. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. They can't sense the danger. They really cannot. They can't sense the danger. It's a sad situation. It's a sad situation. Buggy is another one. Buggy is another one. Fuffs, Buggy, all of these people. Mad. Mad. Absolutely mad. All right, we're going to wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to each and every one of you guys that has tuned in. As I said, I'm not going to flip-flop. Unless and until I see my club actually operate in a serious manner, there's no flip-flopping here. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. And I shall see you guys later on tonight, wrapping up the day's news. There's some more Premier League matches to come. And I shall see you all soon, by God willing. Until then, everyone, take care. See ya. Goodbye.